God is dead. Three words that echo through time, cryptic, provocative, and often misunderstood. But Nietzsche wasn't trying to be edgy or disrespectful. He was diagnosing the deep cultural transformation unfolding in the modern world. A transformation that, even today, we're still struggling to understand. In this video, we're diving into what Nietzsche really meant when he wrote those words, how they connect to morality, science, meaning, and modern life, and what we're supposed to do in the wake of this metaphysical death. Welcome to the philosophy of Nietzsche, raw, brilliant, and more relevant now than ever. The phrase, God is dead, first appeared in Friedrich Nietzsche's book The Gay Science, published in 1882. In section 125, titled The Madman, Nietzsche tells a strange parable. A madman rushes into a public square, holding a lantern in daylight, crying out, "God is dead. God remains dead. And we have killed him." The people in the square are mostly atheists. They mock him. But the madman isn't mocking religion. He's mourning something profound. Nietzsche's madman is the only one who understands what's really happened, that with the rise of science, rationalism, and secularism, belief in God has collapsed. But here's the twist. It's not about belief in God as a literal being. It's about what belief in God represented. A source of ultimate truth, moral authority, cosmic order. And that source was vanishing. For thousands of years, God wasn't just a figure in religious texts. God was the foundation of Western civilization's values, ethics, and worldview. Morality? Grounded in divine commandments. Meaning? Tied to a higher purpose. Truth? Rooted in eternal, God-given laws. Even thinkers like Descartes and Newton, despite advancing science, worked within a religious worldview. Nietzsche saw that the Enlightenment changed everything. The rise of science, critical thinking, and individualism had dismantled the cultural scaffolding that once upheld religious belief. But here's the key. Even as belief in God faded, people still clung to religious ideas, like morality, meaning, and truth, as if they were objectively real. Nietzsche thought that was intellectually dishonest. If God is dead, then the entire value system built on that foundation has to be re-examined. So, what happens when the foundation of your world collapses? For Nietzsche, this is where nihilism enters the picture. Nihilism is the belief that life is inherently meaningless, that there are no objective values, no higher purpose, no moral truth. And Nietzsche believed that Western civilization was heading straight for it. Without God, there's no external source telling us what's right or wrong, what life is for, what's worth striving for. And most people aren't ready to face that head-on. He writes, "This tremendous event is still on its way. This deed is still more distant from them than the most distant stars, and yet they have done it themselves." Nietzsche was terrified that this spiritual void would lead to despair, apathy, or worse, people blindly following new gods, like nationalism, ideology, or consumerism to fill the gap. Sound familiar? But Nietzsche wasn't just warning us, he was challenging us. If God is dead, then we are responsible for creating our own values. Enter the Übermensch, the Overman, or Superman. Not a comic book hero, but a symbol of the individual who overcomes nihilism by embracing life, chaos, and freedom. The Übermensch doesn't look backward or cling to tradition. He looks forward, creating new meaning from within, through art, strength, self-mastery, and courage. He lives according to a more fatty love of fate. He says yes to life, not in spite of its challenges, but because of them. The Übermensch is Nietzsche's solution to nihilism. Not retreating into belief, but rising up to build something better. So here's the big question. Is Nietzsche's world our world? Think about it. Do we live in a society guided by shared, higher values? Or have we replaced God with tech, fame, money, or political tribes? Nietzsche would likely say that we're still in denial, that we haven't truly grappled with the consequences of killing God. We seek meaning in consumerism. We escape through entertainment. We follow ideologies like they're religions. But few of us confront the terrifying freedom that Nietzsche talks about. The freedom to build your own truth in a world without one. And that freedom can be overwhelming. Nietzsche didn't want to destroy meaning. He wanted us to take responsibility for it. To live deliberately. To stop relying on inherited beliefs and start forging a life that reflects your deepest values. That might mean asking hard questions. What do you believe in? What are your values, not the ones you were taught? Can you face the void without flinching? It's not about becoming a cold, emotionless nihilist. It's about becoming radically honest with yourself, and then building something true from the ground up. It's about becoming who you are. God is dead isn't the end of the story. It's the beginning of a deeper, more courageous way of living. Nietzsche didn't leave us in the dark. He handed us a lantern. The same one the madman carried into the marketplace. And maybe now, it's your turn to hold it if this resonated with you, or if you're just starting your journey into Nietzsche's wild and brilliant mind. Subscribe, like, and leave a comment. What does God is dead mean to you? Thanks for watching. Until next time, live dangerously, think deeply, and stay free.